Again, no one has come to my Zoom meeting, and so I'm going to give you the videos that we would have gone over, and then I'll just give you the YouTube link. Okay, so today we're actually doing some review. We're going to review real numbers, and I kind of want to break this up into basically four parts. Part number one is just identifying, and that's pretty quick because there's not a lot that you really need to know for that. Part two is converting our rational number forms, I guess. We'll call it that, rational number forms. Converting rational number forms. And three is estimating our rational numbers. So estimating our fractions, especially our square roots, that's really what we're going to focus on. Estimating rational numbers. Okay, so for part one, and I'll probably break this up into 3 videos. For part one, it's just, you might remember we have a box, I think it's on page 15 or something like that in your book, and right here we have real numbers. We're not worried about imaginary numbers right now. Those are out here somewhere in our imagination. We don't have to worry about those right now. But in the real numbers box, we have extra boxes, and this is our irrational numbers, which is like pi, our imperfect square roots, any of our, that's a square root sign, any of our non-terminating, non-repeating decimals, okay, those are our irrational numbers. Within our rational number side, we have 2 other boxes. They use ovals or something like that, ellipses I guess, in the book, but we're just going to do this. This is whole numbers in the middle, and that's whole numbers are, there's no decimal, there's no fraction, and they're all positive. Okay, those are all our whole numbers. Then we have our integers, and those are the whole numbers and their opposites. So it includes all of the whole numbers, that's why that box is inside of the integers box, but it also includes the negatives. Okay, and then our rational numbers includes all of our integers, includes all of our whole numbers, also includes our fractions and our repeating decimals and our our terminating decimals. Okay, any of those are our rational numbers. And then just remember that if it's a whole number, it's also an integer, it's also a rational number, it's also a real number. If it's an integer, it's also a rational number, it's also a real number. If it's a rational number, it's also a real number. If it's an irrational number, it's always a real number. So you start at the very, however deep you can get in, that's where you're going to start, and then you're just going to work your way out and put all of those names if it's asking you to name it. And that's the primary reason for this. And that's all we're really going to go over with that. If you do have questions, let me know.